Every year we build PCs and think that that particular system or one particular amazing system we built cannot be topped. And every single year again, we kind of top it. And this is one such build. A quick system overview. It is a Threadripper build 997WX, ECC memory 64x4 sticks and 4 5090s. All liquid cooled, by the way. The price as of December 2025 will be close to 20 lakhs thanks to RAM and SSDs. You just don't see stuff like this every day. I'm pretty sure this is just one of its kind in India. It's a one of one. And probably even in the world, maybe dunya mein, there might be just one or two more people who have done this. So yeah, that's why we are the MVP. Video over. Aage milte hain. And no, hold on. So quick walkthrough of the build. It has a 9975WX. It has 32 cores, 64 threads. It's on a TRX 50 platform. It's a Gigabyte AI TOPS motherboard. It has 64 and 4 sticks of ECC memory DDR5, which in itself costs a fortune these days. It has the number of SSDs it has, but the interesting part about this is it has single slot 5090s. That's really cool. And ये करने में भी बहुत मजा आया. We took a lot of footage, so we'll try to make some good content out of that. But yeah, all of these huge chunky cards have gone one slot, and believe me, on idle they're just 24, 26, 27 degrees. That's about it. That's amazing, isn't it? Now you would think what power supply is powering this up. It's actually two different power supplies. There's an SFX power supply which is powering the CPU and one GPU, and there's a full-blown 2000 watt supply which is powering up the other three GPUs. Yes, it's possible, and yeah, we've done this before as well. And yeah, another highlight, so to say, of this build is it has 36 fans. Yes, it doesn't look like it, but it actually has 36 fans, two 420mm radiators in the front, two on the top, and all of them in push and pull. Now, if you told us in 2017 that we'd make builds like this, honestly, we wouldn't be surprised because we were already doing that in 2017 and 2018 because multi-GPU systems were all the rage that time. Many softwares actually had proper support for multi-GPU systems. Multi-GPU systems at one point was very common, even for regular users like you and me. Instead of buying an entire newer generation of GPUs, people would just add the same GPU and poof, there you go. Get some performance boost, 30%, 40%. In fact, AMD was so wild at that time, even two different GPUs, different models would actually work if you put them in one system. Unfortunately, आजकल ऐसा नहीं होता है. And then slowly, NVIDIA started stopping SLI support and many applications stopped supporting SLI and they moved it up a tier and it was moved into the tier of workstation grade stuff. Like even 5090 today doesn't have an NVLink or NVLink connector anymore. So practically speaking, you can't really connect them and get that extra bandwidth out. Yet here we are today making a build like this. Why, you may ask? Pura video dekho. Now multi-GPU may be dead for gamers and a lot of other use cases, but these specific use cases that I'm going to talk about, it's not dead. In fact, you would thrive if you have a system like this. Of course, everything that renders on GPU, stuff like Octane Render, Redshift, V-Ray, even Blender cycles, they work like a peach when you have more GPU power. Now, these engines are GPU bound and operate in parallel by design. Offline rendering does not need tight synchronization. You can give GPU 1 the top half of the image and GPU 2 the bottom half. They don't even need to talk to each other until they're finished. Now this removes the core problem that actually kind of killed SLI. So in Chaos V-Ray, for example, the gains are immense. If one 5090 would render it for you in 10 minutes, 4 5090s would actually render it for you only in 2.5 minutes. So there is a reason why people buy it. And I'm not even talking about AI because everyone is kind of sick hearing about AI all the time. But hey, this would be an insane AI machine. Believe me, it would be. It has 4 5090s, which you can possibly overclock a bit. And yeah, imagine the training on that. I mean, not so exciting when you hear about it like this, but yeah, it has like 32 and 32 and 32. How much GB is that? That's like 128 GB of VRAM. Now that was the script part. Now what I have to talk about is kind of challenges we ran into while building this system deserves a video of its own. I'll try to condense that as much as possible. So Number one, we need to make sure that we had a reference PCB design 5090, because you don't get blocks for every possible 5090 variant that is out there. So we zeroed in on 3D 1590 X3 reference design. Simple, right? Not quite. Now, the GPU block is not available in India, naturally, because not a lot of people do this. So we had to get that imported. Now, since we were getting that imported, we decided let's import everything else as well. The cables, the quick disconnects, the radiators, the fittings. So yeah, like more than half of the stuff in that system is actually imported. We had to do it. It took us some time, which is another challenge, because if you're building a system like this, you obviously want it yesterday, but you also need to import it, so you need to wait. Thank you for your patience. To the person that this is shipping out to, thanks so much for your patience. Now the next problem we ran into was actually fitting everything in together and kind of trying to make it look good. Because you can theoretically understand what kind of fitting goes where the radiator is going. You're going to do push-pull front and push-pull top. But then when you start fitting everything in, you realize that, oh, the tolerances are not exact. For example, this case has really thick radiators. So when we actually did push-pull for the front and top, we noticed that this radiator was not able to go in because of the top fan. Hence you see one fan gayab over there. It's just not there. It's not there. A fun story happened with the CPU block. Again, this was also imported from the same place we imported the GPU blocks, Alpha Cool that is. What happened with the CPU block was they sent us the wrong screws. Now they had every possible screw for every possible socket except Threadripper TRS-50 boards. Bummer, right? Because there is no way you can get that proprietary screw anywhere else. So what did we do? We took another screw from the same kit, which is for Xeon. We found a machine shop, actually threaded it down more so that it actually fits and made sure it fits perfectly well. Only then are you going to get the close contact on the CPU and the Threadripper and actually make it happen. So yeah, I know this sounds boring, but what I'm trying to say is it's not as simple as just buying the parts. You gotta make sure that you're doing it properly. For example, it's the 3 lakh plus graphic card that you're opening up and trying to install a GPU block on, right? आधे लोग को तो डर हो जाएगा, like they'll be scared opening something worth 3 lakh up, right? It's going to be so messed up. So yeah, these were a whole list of challenges that we had. And again, placing the manifold which kind of diverts flow. We placed one in the front and one at the back, just so that we get a clearer picture of the CPU. Initially we decided that we'll keep it here, but then it is just not looking up to the mark, and we can't have that. And one awesome thing about these things is, about the quick disconnects, you can just isolate whatever part of the loop you want. This has 2 loops. The CPU and 1 GPU is on a separate loop, and 3 GPUs is on a separate loop. Each loop is cooled by, like I said, 120 into 4, that is 480 mm radiators, which are super thick and in push and pull. And so far the testing that we've done is, we are more than pleasantly surprised. Like seeing 5090s have an ideal temperature below 30, I don't think we've ever seen that. And Threadripper is Threadripper, it runs hot. So yeah, it was a whole lot of fun building this, and in case you want to build something as crazy as this for whatever use case that you may have, let it be VFX, let it be AI, or anything under the sun, you know who to get in touch with. And yeah, this is probably our best build of 2025. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned, subscribe for more.